Hello, guys. Welcome back to Clarity for Sure, and I welcome you all to yet another episode of NABARD Grade A Current Affairs. So, this is going to be the fourth part of July Current Affairs, okay? And this is going to be the last part of July. So, let's begin with the session today. The first question for the session is the project titled AI powered context specific agromet advisory services for climate resilient agriculture at scale. It aims to help the farmers make informed decisions on what? On sowing, irrigation, pest disease management, right? This project it uses artificial intelligence and machine learning so as to generate hyper local and actionable climate insights. That is why it will be helpful in what? Climate resilient agriculture. Okay, now, which institution has launched the project? So, you are to answer which institution has launched the project. At this point of time, you need to pause the video. Okay, try to answer it yourself. If you can, then it's very good. If not, then let's continue with our session and let's learn something new today. All right. So, that's how you should be taking advantages of this session. So, the answer to this question is ICRISAT, option number D. Let's see about the news in details. So, ICRISAT has launched this AI driven initiative, okay, so as to deliver personalized and real time agrometeorological advisories to the smallholder farmers. Okay, now this is a part of India's mission, Monsoon Mission Part 3. Okay, this initiative is a part of Monsoon Mission Part 3, and it also involves the collaboration with ICR, ICRIDA, ILRI, then IITM and IMD. So everybody must have heard about IMD, about ICAR, about ICRIDA. Your task is to find out what is this ILRI and what is IITM, right? So I want you to answer in the comment section like what is ILRI? Okay, which institute is this? Where is it located? So that is ILRI. So which institute is this? What is the full form of this institute and where is it located? Then second thing is what? IITM. Okay, second is IITM. So what is this institute? The full form of this institute you need to mention in the comment section. Okay, that's how we need to relate things and study. Right. So this particular project, okay, regarding this AI-driven project, so the pilot implementation will be done in the state of Maharashtra. The initial deployment through ICR's agrometeorological field units in Maharashtra. Okay, and the focus will be on reaching the small holder and the marginal farmers. Now, in order to make this initiative successful, there are some smart delivery platforms. What are those? Number one is a WhatsApp bot, which is AI powered, right? AI powered WhatsApp bot, which will ensure that there is real time local language dissemination of this agromet advisories. Okay. And second thing is this portal, you see, Intelligent Systems Advisory Tool, ISET, okay, which was originally developed during Monsoon Mission 2. And this ISET portal has been upgraded so as to integrate some of the advanced AI algorithms, which will help in complex agronomic and climate data translation into personalized advisory for the farmers, right? So using these advisories the farmers will be able to make decisions at the field level accurately. Okay, so I hope this is clear about the ICRISAT project on AI driven initiative, and it will be used for what? For generating or for disseminating agrometeorological advisories at the hyper local level to the farmers. Okay. Right, and the pilot will be in Maharashtra. That is the most important thing. Coming to question number two, consider the following statements regarding the recent announcements made by Union Agriculture Minister. Okay, so we need to identify the correct ones. Now, first statement says, statement number A says that the teen and farmers can now join FPOs. Statement number B says that teen and farmers can avail the benefits of Fasal Bima Yojana without approval from the landowners. And statement number C says crops grown by the teen and farmers can be procured at MSP with the state government approval. So, which of these statements are correct? Okay. The answer to this question is option number C. That is only A and C is correct. Why is statement number B incorrect? Let's see here. Now, the news is that teen and farmers can now avail the benefits of Fasal Bima Yojana and MSP. Okay, you know, that tenant farmers, okay, they can receive the benefits of Fasal Bima Yojana if the landowner provides written authorization. Okay, so in the option number B, it was given without landowner approval. No, they would require, the tenant farmers would require the landowner's written approval. Okay, or written authorization. So therefore, statement number B was incorrect. Similarly, you see the crops that are grown by tenant farmers, they will be procured at MSP with the state government approval. If the state government approves, then tenant farmers can also sell their crops at MSP. Okay. Another thing is that the tenant farmers and sharecroppers can also join FPOs now. Okay. And because of these decisions, what has been the impact of these decisions? Number one, that over 6.5 lakh tenant farmers have been benefited under the Fasal Bima Yojana, and around 42 lakh sharecroppers have received the benefits under the MSP procurement. Okay, this is a direct impact of the decisions that have been taken here. Then, if you talk about why these tenant farmers or leased farmers are important, you see, according to NSO 2018-19 survey, 17% of the 101 million operational holdings were leased in. So, you can see 17% of the operational holdings are leased, isn't it? And these leased in land constitutes about 13% of the total area under cultivation. So, that's a major chunk of farmers are involved in as tenant farmers. Okay, they are cropping in leased lands. So therefore, the benefits of Fasal Bima Yojana and MSP has been expanded so as to cover these tenant farmers. Right. Now, next coming to question number 3, Dash has initiated the first pilot carbon credit project in Karnataka's Koppal district. Okay. What is the aim of this pilot carbon credit project? That is to integrate climate finance with rural agriculture. In collaboration with Karnataka's horticulture and forest departments, the project focuses on biomass management and also border tree plantation. For whom? For farmers with mango orchards less than 5 years old. So around 3,500 mango farmers are participating in this particular project with free saplings being supplied by the forest department. Okay. So choose the option that fits the blank correctly. So whose pilot carbon project are we talking about? Okay, whether it's EPIDA, whether it's NABARD, whether it's Ministry of Agriculture, or whether it's NHB, or whether it's FSSAI. Okay, so options are given at your disposal. So you need to answer the question. So the correct answer to this question is NABARD. NABARD launches first carbon credit pilot. Okay, this is the first carbon credit pilot project for NABARD with 3,500 mango farmers in Karnataka. And this project is of the NABARD's consultancy arm, that is NABARD Consultancy Services. Okay, so that might also be a question like which arm of NABARD is related to the first carbon credit pilot project with mango farmers. So that is NABARD Consultancy Services. So this project is in Karnataka's Koppal district, aiming to integrate climate finance with rural agriculture. What is the significance of this particular project? That this is NABARD's pivot into carbon markets. Okay, first thing, that this is just the beginning of, it is the first footprint of NABARD in the carbon market and bridging rural farming with climate action. Supported by global funders like Rabobank, this is also very important that this particular pilot is supported by global funders like Rabobank, aligns with India's move towards climate smart agriculture. So today in this session, we have seen two initiatives related to climate smart agriculture, isn't it? So that is why climate smart agriculture initiatives becomes very important for this year's NABARD. Okay, you might see questions either in prelims or in mains descriptive, like English descriptive. Okay, so that is why whenever you come across any initiatives or any announcements related to climate smart agriculture, please note it down. Right. Okay. So let's see here. The pilot structure, it is in collaboration with Karnataka's Horticulture and Forest Department. The project focuses on biomass management, border tree plantations with the mango orchards less than 5 years old. So accordingly, 3,500 mango farmers are participating and the free saplings are being supplied by the Forest Department. So number one point is that what kind of intervention? That the project will focus on biomass management and border tree plantations in case of mango orchards which are less than 5 years old. So that 5 years old becomes important. Second thing, who will supply the saplings? The saplings will be supplied by the Forest Department of Karnataka. Okay. Now, carbon credit potential and payouts. Compliance auditing and assessment delays have slowed down the initial payouts, though officials expect uptake to improve post first disbursement. So there has been some sort of delays in the disbursement, which has delayed the project. Okay, but however, officials believe that once the first disbursement has been made, then the project will again regain its uptake. Okay, so let's move to question number 4 then. Consider the following statements about financial inclusion index of RBI. And here you need to identify the incorrect statements. Okay. The first statement says that three sub-indices of the financial inclusion index are SS, affordability, and usage. Second statement says that financial inclusion for the year ended March 2025 has reported a score of 68.0. Third statement says that according to RBI, the improvement in this year's score has been largely driven by better usage and quality. So which of these statements are incorrect? Okay. So the answer to this question is option number A, that is statements A and B are incorrect. So let us see why statements A and B are incorrect. RBI's financial inclusion index. So if you see that for this year, that is ended March 2025, the score is 67 and not 68. So therefore, statement B becomes incorrect. Now, when was this financial inclusion index started? It started in 2021. This year, the improvement has been largely driven by better usage and quality. Therefore, statement C is correct. Now, what are the key components of the financial inclusion index? That is, it is a composite measure that captures the extent of financial inclusion across India using three key parameters. What are the parameters? It is SS, usage, and quality. Okay, but in statement number A, it was given SS, affordability, and usage. It's not affordability, it is quality. So SS tells about the availability of financial services, usage tells about the actual utilization of those services, and quality is the ease, relevance, and consumer protection within the financial system. Okay, so this is in brief about the financial inclusion index. Let's move to the last question for today. Consider the following statements about SOFI report 2025. So what is the SOFI report? State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World, SOFI report 2025 is a flagship report of FAO. Statement number B says that in 2024, 8.2% of the global population were facing chronic hunger. Statement number C says Africa faces the highest undernourishment rate. So you'll have to answer what? The correct statements. So the answer to this question is option number C, that is statement number B and C is correct and the statement number A is wrong. So why is statement number A wrong? Because this particular report, the SOFI report, that is State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World Report 2025, is released by United Nations. Okay, and not FAO. So this assesses the global progress towards SDGs zero hunger, right? In 2024, 8.2% of the global population, that is about 720 million people, were chronically hungry. The second data that can be important from this point of view, from this report point of view, is that about 65 million reduction in undernourished people projected by 2030, making the SDG goal unachievable at the current pace. Okay, so we have 720 million people that are chronically hungry, but as of by 2030 at the current pace, only 65 million can be reduced. Okay, only 65 million people, undernourished people can be reduced. So therefore, SDG 2 goal becomes unachievable by 2030. Africa faces the highest undernourishment rate, that is more than 20%, and Asia to host nearly half the global food insecure population. However, there has been certain improvements, that is in Southeast Asia and South America has seen some marginal improvements. And what are the major drivers of this food insecurity since 2020? It is war, drought, floods, and other climatic shocks. Okay, these are the major drivers. Now, if you see India specific insights, although there are many points, but 2 points that can be very important is that about 6% of India's population is unable to afford a nutritious diet. Okay, since we are, we are dependent on a cereal based diet. So we, there is this problem of what? Nutritious lack of nutritious diet. Okay, so despite the country having surplus food grain stocks, we have food grain stocks, but since we are more dominant intakers of cereal. So therefore, we actually do not have, or you can say there's 6% of India's population is still unable to afford a nutritious diet. India continues to report high levels of child stunting, wasting, pointing to failures in the early age nutrition. So that's all for today. I hope you have learned some new things today. Okay, these reports and these news are very, very important from NABARD 2025 point of view. So keep revising, keep learning. Thank you.